For the spells, the main engine of the deck, Fusion Gate. Fusion Gate, it's really good. I like it over Polymerization now a lot better. And you can do Fusion Gate from field, from hand, which is really cool. And also, I have come to find out that you can do Fusion Gate with face down heroes, so which is really cool. I like it. Fusion Gate's nice. It's the main engine of the deck. One Terraforming helps you get the Fusion Gate to your hand if you don't draw one. Helps me shuffle my deck. That way I keep my deck consistent. That way I'm not dead drawing cards or anything that I don't need. And plus, if I've already went through Fusion Gates, all 3 Fusion Gates, Terraforming is good for Summoner Monk. Right? For the hero part of the deck of spells, 3 Miracle Fusions. Since there's no polymerizations, and probably about half and half, my monsters are going to go to grave, which, if you don't know what Miracle Fusion does, you can fuse on the field and in your grave Elemental Hero monsters and make an Elemental Hero fusion. So it's really good. Helps with Shining a lot, makes Shining become more powerful. I want to run 1 R Righteous Justice. You get to destroy opponent's spells and traps equal to the number of Elemental Heroes on the field. Pretty good. It's just a thing for MST. Next, the searches. 3 Emergency Calls. Helps you get Stratos, any other heroes that you want. If you already have the Stratos, that's pretty much your main search, almost right there. And I've just now started to use 3 Super Polymerizations with now's top format with Insectors, Dino Rabbit, and Windups. 3 Super Polys is a must in your hero gates. It helps really good, so if your opponent plays Shark, you can Super Poly their Shark, their Windup Shark, and your Elemental Hero, and go for Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. You can do their Rescue Rabbit and go for Elemental Hero Gaia. When Elemental Hero Escurdo comes out, the fusion for Darks, for the Dark attribute, you can use it against Insectors. 2 MSTs. Most people run 3 now with format and everything. I run 2 just because I have the Righteous Justice. So it's kind of like a 3rd MST on the Righteous Justice. 1 Monster Reborn. Obviously got to have Monster Reborn. It's staple. Everybody uses it. 1 Heavy. I have the Heavy because I don't run 3 MSTs. Plus I kind of like Heavy. And you can use it with Starlight Road combination if your opponent doesn't have any back row and you just want to be funny and get Stardust Dragon on the field. Dark Hole, common, another staple. Everybody uses it. For the traps, I got 1 Bottomless, staple, everybody uses it. Gets rid of a 1500 attack or higher monster. Pretty good, so it keeps people getting Centipede, Logia or Dolka out on the field. Helps a lot. 1 Return from a Different Dimension. I haven't really got to use it a whole lot, but it does help in some cases. The only downside is you have to pay half your life points. But if your remove from play is pretty stacked and you have the Elemental Hero Shining in there, that's good just to get rid of your opponent's back row. 1 Safe Zone. I used to run 2. I had to make the deck smaller. I've made changes to this deck. Safe Zone's good. You can chain it on opponents of monsters that if they were to somehow destroy their own monsters. You can chain it with your monsters, like for Summoner Monk, and Summoner Monk pretty much just becomes a endless, costless Hero Lives, which Hero Lives, you pay half your life points and you get to special summon level 4 or lower Elemental Heroes from your deck. 1 Mirror Force, staple, pretty much. Everybody knows what Mirror Force does. Right now, I currently run one warning. I like warning. I'm kind of iffy about running two. And one judgment. I put the judgment in place of instead of having two warnings, just because warning you can only negate monster effects or monsters being summoned or something that would special summon a monster. With judgment, you get to negate anything, which is really good and helpful. And the last card, Starlight Road. It's easier to get Stardust Dragon on the field since I really don't have a lot of ways to make Stardust Dragon from my actual deck, and it negates. I like it. All right, on for the extra deck. You got to run 3 absolute zeros. There's no other way not to. Health's really good. He's a 25 beater. If he's taken off the field for any reason, your opponent's whole front row is destroyed. So yes, he's really good. And pretty much another main part of the deck, 3 Shinings. Elemental Hero, the Shining, he's really good. He gets 300 extra attack for each removed Elemental Hero from play. And if he's sent to the grave, you get to add 2 removed from play Elemental Heroes. So if Stratos was one of those removed from play Elemental Heroes, you get Stratos right back to hand. More search. I run 2 Nova Masters just for Dino Rabbit because of Loggia and Delca being fire. Helps with Super Poly. And Nova Master's got a pretty cool effect. You get to draw a card whenever he destroys an opponent's monster. Great Tornado. Great Tornado, he's got a boss effect. I love his effect. When he comes out on the field, your opponent's monsters are all halved. Their attacks are half. And he's really good. He's a wind. That's really about it. He's a 28 beater for the most part. Elemental Hero Gaia. Gaia's pretty much there just to stop the rabbit when they summon Rescue Rabbit. That's pretty much about it. His effect is alright. It's decent. He gains half the attack of one of your opponent's face-up monsters, and they lose that attack. For the most part, he's got a good defense. It's 2600. Rainbow Neos, of course, because I run the 1 Elemental Hero Neos and the 1 Rainbow Dark Dragon. Rainbow Neos, he's got 3 good effects. They're really long, so I'm not going to get into them. I got a short time. Last on the fusions, Draco Quest. Draco Quest is really good for people that still try to run Quasar decks. He takes 1 warrior and 1 dragon synchro monster, so most of the monsters in this deck are warriors, and he's got a boss effect. Once again, I can't really go into deep detail about it, but you can always look him up online. His name is Dragon Knight Draco Quest, if you're wondering. 1 Utopia, just because most of the monsters in this deck are level 4. Utopia's got a good effect. Everybody knows what Utopia does. The Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road. Everybody knows what Stardust does. You send him to the grave. You get to negate, say, a Dark Hole if your opponent uses Dark Hole. Something that would destroy cards on the field, and then he gets to come back on the end phase. Pretty awesome. The last card of the extra deck, Brionek, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. I love Brio. Brio is one of my favorite synchros, and especially since I run past Shoal, it's easy to get him because I have level 4s. Brio's got good effect. You discard a card from hand and bounce a card on your opponent's field back to their hand. That's good for me because I can discard heroes and then use them for Miracle Fusion. Plus, if I'm ever in a bind, I can use Brio as material for absolute zero. That's the deck and the extra deck. Hope you all enjoy. Comment, subscribe to my boy Joe. His YouTube is 666 OEG66. And that's it.